Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, astrologer, and welcome to this weekly update from June 30th to July 6th. A week which is packed with action, although it is not so much about the aspects, but we have one which is very important for BTC, so stay tuned for that. But we do have on July 4th Neptune turning retrograde. This is a huge event and it is a long-term move until December 10th, 2025. So we can say that it really shapes the second part of the year. Monday, June 30th, the last day of June. Let's see what the monthly closing would be. But unfortunately, we don't have a global astrological aspect except this day, so the reminder is to check the previous weekend, as you know, and yes, all days are for the UTC time zone. Tuesday, July 1st, 2025, again we don't have any global aspect in the astrology shaping the day, so this means that the whole price action would be rather steered by Bitcoin, and you do have the whole report hour by hour ready for you between June 30th, July 6th, so be sure to check it if you are interested. Wednesday, July 2nd, finally some action, and we have a bullish aspect exact today. It's about Sun trine Lilith, which will increase the risk appetite, and the trigger for it would be potentially some good regulatory news. So we can really hope for a nice increase for the day, at least from a global perspective. Of course, BTC's astrology will matter a lot for crypto as well. Thursday, July 3rd, again, no global aspect at day level except today. But I would like to dive with you a bit into the big picture, because this is what Neptune retrograde invites us. So have a look at the chart and also think about revising your strategies. That would be really actions that are favored during this turn of Neptune retrograde. Neptune is stationary. This means that we already feel this from, I would say, around 28th of June. The fact that Neptune will slow down and not move in the sky before changing direction. This means that we will have delays in the price action, and it will be quite difficult, and some confusion will be there in order to assess things properly, especially on the next day, the 4th of July UTC time zone. So be cautious around the date. This is the weekly chart for Bitcoin. I filmed this on June 26th, and the bigger picture is, what do we expect? Do we go towards another peak at weekly level? This might be possible in my opinion, but we do have this very strong energy in the mid of the week. So we see this already. So we have here a slightly upward trend. It's not big move, so to speak, but at weekly level we can see that the highs are getting a bit higher. So it is not excluded that we will get in the middle of the week some bigger move should we have supporting macro as well, because we see this drives it, and other important news that can drive price forward. Now July 4th, a very special day in many regards, and we have the big event of Neptune turning retrograde. It is really a aspect that dominates the whole week, and as I mentioned, Neptune will be stationary before and also after, so we will see some delays and slowdowns. But on the day we do have a bullish aspect, which is exact in the global astrology. It's Venus conjunct Uranus. This can really lead to a very significant spike if volume is supportive and macro doesn't disturb. These are the conditions usually during these times, and we can see a very nice peak, maybe a new at the highest. Also, this is only half of the story due to the fact that Bitcoin will have its own agenda and plan for the day, so we will go into this as well in a moment. So this means that July 4th is a volatile day. For intraday trading, you can really look into that. It's a day also that is important in terms of hour by hour aspects. So it could be lucrative, but it's very volatile. Saturday, July 5th, there is a break now with no exact aspect in the global astrology. So we will see potentially some energy from Friday, which was very strong, still playing out during the weekend, depending also on the volume that we will see. Sunday, July 6th, as we had a joke before, and I think this is still valid, we have the most interesting piece of astrology on the weekend. And I don't know if this is really the most interesting, but it is really concerning Venus, which is the planet associated with currency and cryptocurrency. So it's very interesting for us, the guys that are interested in crypto. So what can happen? We do have two bullish aspects, and this is good. We have a Venus sextile Neptune and a Venus sextile Saturn, exact on the same day, and most presumably this will be felt next week, early in the first half of the week, when we will have again transaction volume. You know the story. But the thing is that this will be a very interesting turn. So if we look a bit and evaluate this dynamics, we are in a moment when Neptune and Saturn will turn as well. So on July the 6th, we do have actually the third day after Neptune turned retrograde. So this means that we have already some change of direction in perception. And Neptune is associated with optimism, but this means, being retrograde, that the optimism is not exaggerated, it's more realistic. People will really demand facts and valuations for companies. Also in the stock market will be more down to earth, I would say, for the next 6 months when we have this Neptune retrograde motion. But we have also this signal from Saturn, which means steady and stable growth. But it is according to regulatory action. So we will need somehow to be in pace with this. And this sextile happens exactly before July 13th, which is the point in time when Saturn will turn retrograde as well. And then Saturn and Neptune, although they will strive for more realism and stability, this means that we need to be more cautious because Saturn can also instill fear in the market. So we might be very risk averse at times with this configuration in the next month, especially as Saturn and Neptune will come closer together, to be exact, in conjunction in 2026. So it is a time of refinement, of reconsidering market perception, which is Neptune, also goals, strategies that would become more realistic, but Saturn as well, which will be about discipline, about routine, about regulatory changes that will come soon. And this will be after the transit of Saturn will end in a retrograde motion, and this will be basically December. So December, I would say, especially the first part of the month, will be a month of revelations, of discovery, of new things that will be communicated in terms of regulatory framework. So stay tuned for a very strong end of the year in this sense. And now the weekly highlight for the ones that had the time and the energy to really listen until here. I would like to tell you that we do have on July 4th a very mixed price action actually. So the good news is this huge volatility, but the peak might not be sustainable like I mentioned. For Bitcoin, we do have a long-term Jupiter-Mars opposition, which will be exact on this day, and it is bearish in nature, but this aspect will really lead to fluctuations. Combined with this Uranus-Venus influence, we might have really big swings if the volume is supportive on the day. It's always a question, you know, it's the 4th of July, but we need to have this into our minds on the plan, and it is really a point of caution, I would say. It's not active only for the day, just to be clear, it will be active actually 1 month ahead, but it is really saying that yes, expect a time span with a lot of price fluctuations, and in the end the final result can be that we will have a sideways consolidation, so to speak, in the summer. So I would not exclude that, but there are also other aspects that are important. So if you didn't see my July monthly forecast for the longer term aspects, please check it. Thank you so much for your attention, for liking and subscribing. It helps the channel. I'm very grateful for that. And I wish you a very successful trading week and a nice celebration for the 4th of July. See you.